Hi, welcome to my channel Takniki Gyan Guru. In this video, we'll talk about mostly in the unit test cases. This is the continuation of my previous video. This is my previous video: create .NET Core web app and build Jenkins pipeline from GitHub repo. You can watch. I will give you the link in the description. You can watch how we can create a .NET Core application, push this core application to the GitHub, and then create a partial CI pipeline where it will pull the code, build the code, and then push the artifact to the local folder, right? So I mentioned the unit test cases in this video, but never publish any video. One of my subscriber request me to add the unit test case in this pipeline. So thank you, Bloodstream. This video is for you and for everyone who want to watch. So let's move and understand how we did this. So we'll automate an unit test case for .NET Core web apps with Jenkins and GitHub, right? So how we'll do this? First of all, the .NET Core application, we have already built SMS web app application and push um, into the GitHub. Now we will create a new test case within this project, right? And we will first of all create a new branch. So we already have a branch, main branch. We'll create some feature branch, right? And then we'll pull the code into the local machine, and maybe we'll sync once it is done, right? We'll create a branch, pull the code from the GitHub, right? And as a developer, right, in my case I am the developer. We will build the unit test code, right, inside the our existing web application using the VS code. So we'll use similar VS code here to build our code for annual test cases. So once we have done with the code, we will push our changes to the GitHub. And and in another way, will we have already a Jenkins pipeline that is linked with our main branch, right? But here we will create a new branch, so that will not work, right? So either we need to modify the existing pipeline, or we should create a new pipeline. So both option is available. uh, I will show you the existing pipeline, but if you want, I will clone the existing pipeline and then make changes, because sometimes somebody do not want to uh, touch this one. We have other way around also. We have the best practices to create multi-branch pipeline. So I will come back with multi-branch pipeline maybe in later section, right? Later. So in this video, what we'll do, we will make changes into the current pipeline. So in this pipeline, we'll pull the code. This is the same Jenkins file, right, from SCM. So we will mention we don't have any changes in the code. It will be the same code. That will pull the code, build the code, publish code, and the changes is the run the test cases, right? That we made, into our project. So that we'll do some changes in the test cases and see whether the test cases are succeeded or failed, right? And then once Jenkins is done, then we will manually trigger this pipeline. And if everything succeeded, then it will publish our code to the artifact server, that is the local folder, right? And if it is failed, then it will show you the error. What are the failed cases? That will show you into the error section. So this is done. So let's go and see the demo. So now we are in GitHub. First of all, we will create a new branch from the existing one. So let's see, we have the projects. Let's open the repository. In my previous video, we have done SMS web app, right? This one, this was the application we deployed, right? So this is the folder, this is the Jenkins file. We have already discussed the Jenkins file. uh, let's understand again in this pipeline. The environment is CLI home, C program file .NET. Check out, it will download our application, and then restore. It will all dependencies, download all the dependencies, and the .NET build. This will build our application. So currently it is building our one application right here. um, this SMS web app, this will build and then test, right? So I have already mentioned, if there are test project available, then the .NET test will run our test application also. So we don't need to change anything in the Jenkins file, right? So it will automatically, start testing our um, test cases from this line. And if this is succeeded, or any previous stage is succeeded, then it move to the publish. Else, if is there any issue in this one or this stage, it will failed, it will not move, right? So this is done. SMS web application we already saw. Will show you some student list, right? How many student list we initially I have added two student, and will create based on this application we'll discuss, right? So here in this application we have only main branch, right? You can see main branch. So we were using main branch only. So it is not good to directly work on the same branch, right? If you have something new, so you have to create a new branch and then merge it into this main branch, right? So the best practice is you don't need to directly work on the main branch. If suppose you have multiple developers, right, many teams, right, they are working together. So if they are working the same file, it will be very difficult to manage, right? That is not a best practice. So definitely I'll come back with some videos on best practices on SCM, right? Check in, check out, and branches. So let's move. So click on this one branch, and I will, what I'll do is, there is only main branch. Let's create a new branch. So let's name this branch, say feature and unit test, and source is main branch, right? So create a branch. Okay, this is the new branch. Click on this. Now you can see the same application is here. So now the branch is created, new branch is created, and now we, what we need to do, we need to just pull this code and make changes in this branch only, right? So how we can do this? Let's move to the VS code. So in this file don't have. So we'll connect. There's two way, right? Either you can go to the sale, command prompt, initialize, pull the code, another way, right? Or other ways, you can just install the plugin of the extension of GitHub and log into the your GitHub here. Once you log in or install your GitHub, you will see the source code control here, right? Once you have the source control, I have mentioned in my previous video, right? You can go and see. If you are still facing issue, you can come back. Definitely I'll guide you how you can do this. So just initialize the repository. Now what we need to do is we need to set a remote, right? Just add a remote. What remote we need? Just go to your repository and click on code. This is the feature branch. This is same, right? Feature branch, mean branch will be same. Just click on this one. Again you have to do click on this and remote, add remote, and type this, enter remote name. uh, you say origin and unit, enter. Now you can this is our origin. You can see feature branch, feature unit. This is the another branch. Just click on this, click on this and pull. So we want to pull the code from if you can see, this is the feature branch, right? Which branch we want to use? This will have main branch and the feature branch, right? So you can choose your branch. So click on the feature and unit, right? Now click on the three dots again and pull. We can see our code is here now, right? You can see all the code over here. In Jenkins file you can see C program files .NET core on this and that. On the build stage, same. Test stage is also same. Publish is also same. Post, this is just a message, right? Now if you can go and search in the controllers, I'll just show you what we have done. Just brief you, right? So we have created a list, student list, right? There is the list of class student, and where we have the class student adding id, name and address. So we have two count, right? One and two, and this will be automatically created, and this create section will return redirect to action index, right? So we have to remember, we have to match this one, right? Then in the test cases, so this way this will be add, and we have the add and count, right? So I'll show you in the when we will if you want I can run this one. You can go and run this code. Now you can see landing page and student management. Two, um, two row will be always be there because I have added this one and this one. You can add it and create another one saying create test address test and create. Okay, we'll create another one. So this way, this is the code we have built for .NET Core. You can go and watch my previous video for more detail, right? So we'll not focus on this. Let's go to here, disconnect. Now we will create a new application. Click on the solution and go to view, command plate and .NET new project. You can also create through command prompt also. So I'm just using VS Code for creating project. So there are multiple option over here. You can choose an unit 3 test project. We have the X unit also. So later on we will discuss later. We will work on an unit 3 test project. Say SMS web app dot test project directory. Let's choose SMS web. Okay, select, or you can say the default directory. So it will create a new folder over here, this one, SMS web test. So create a new folder, and here you can see uh, unit test one. You can make different name, say SMS web app unit test. I just make some different name, right? And now we have to create our own test cases here. Let us we'll discuss what we are doing one by one. We will use. So I think code is done, but there are some issue. So first of all we need to add a reference, right? So how we can add reference? Go to your this and go to your terminal. Okay, currently we are in project 6 in the top folder. Now we need to move to the SMS web app cd SMS dot test. Now we need to type .NET add reference add reference add reference double quote dot slash folder name is I guess we need to go out from this one, then SMS web app SMS web app and slash SMS web app dot cs proj. What we need to give the reference is this one, SMS web app cs proj, right? So we need to give path of this one, the SMS web app slash SMS web app dot cs proj. Think proj cs proj, right? So SMS web app and then SMS web app dot cs proj. So let's enter. Add project reference does unrecognized Okay, I understood. Let's rerun this one. Some spelling mistake. Add a reference. Correct. Now reference is added. This one added to this project. Still sharing some problem. Let's say .NET restore. You can see all project is now. If you want to test, we'll do later, right? So all errors are gone. Now let's understand the code. So we have imported few namespaces, the collection.generic and NUnit framework. This is required for NUnit test cases, and this not ASP.NET Core.mbc and SMS web app controller SMS web app model. The SMS web app, the student controller. This is basically controller class. Inside the controller, we have the student controller, also the model. This one. So these two is required when we'll test it, right? So that we have given the reference, or imported these two namespace here, so that we can access these class inside the controller and model. We can access. What are the things we need to? The students, we need to access the student class, and inside the controller we need to students controller class. These two class we need to access. That's why we mentioned over here. So this is the namespace of this class. Text fixture, for any unit test cases we need to use this text fixtures here, and this is the class we used. We change the name. Earlier it was unit test one class something, right? We changed that name, rename that one, and now start from here, test one, and unit test case one here. So we create one method, index returns a view result, right? It will return a view result with list of students. So we'll return a list of a student, right? Whatever we created the list inside the controller, that will return here, and then we will match it. So how we can do this? So first of all, we will create a controller, student controller class. Here student controller class, we create an object as a where new student controller class. Then we create another variable result, where we are calling controller dot index method. What is this index method? This is this one, right? The student controller class, we have the index method, right? Index method, it is returning view of students. What it is returning? The list of students, one student, two student, whatever, right? Here two students returning. So here we are returning two students, right? As a view result. This is the view. So what we are doing here is, first of all, we are calling this index method, and it will return result to the result variable. Now we will check that the result, sorry, let's say this result, right? This result is instance of view result, right? What is view result? We have seen in the this method, it is returning the view. So view result, right? So it is returning view. So we will checking or asserting is basically we are verifying that the return result, this result is instance of view result, right? So if it is instance of view result, then we will cast it view result. to this result, right? So we can't directly access, right? We need to cast it first, right, as a view result, and then again we'll check view result dot model. Inside the view result we have the models, right? All the students, list of students are there into the view results. So view result dot model is this, right? Model is student, a list of students is the model, right? So view result dot model, then we'll check is instance of list students, right? If it is still not clear, if you go to the controller class, in the, it is returning view result, right? It is basically view result that returning list of students, right? What is the list of student? List student. So it should be instance of list student, right? So two students it is returning. So we are just checking inside the result view dot model, it should have list of students, right? If it is returned list of students, right, that is matching, verifying. If it's verify that it is return list of students, then we are creating another variable model. Inside model, we what we are doing is we are casting this um, view result dot model, right, as a list result. So it is has the model. So now we have the list of students, right? So we'll count how many students are there. So model dot count, it will return how many rows are there, how many row uh, objects of class, right? So it will return two object from there. One is for this one, if you can go, one object is this student one and this Ramesh 2, right? It will return 2. But why I'm making it 3? Because we are again adding one more student. Create add student to the list. So totally it will have 3 students. So we'll see, right? We'll make changes over here and then test, right? So we understood this, how we can count how many students, list of students we have in our view, right? Now the second test cases we have made here is again test, and method name is create add student to list. Again we are creating controller variable where we are initializing the student controller, right? This one. Now where student, we are creating an object, student object with this one, id is 3, name is on, or you can say, you can make any change, right? Now if you can say mm, can say okay. Now you have created one more student, right, object. Now this student object will call again, initialize one variable result controller dot create method will call and pass this object to this method. So let's go again into the students. We have another method inside the student controller class. We have another method called create. We are just calling this create method and passing the student class, right? What it will do is it will, first of all student id will be student dot count plus 1, it will id. Then this student will be inserted into students, list of students class, and then it will return redirect to action index, right? So we'll check this one. So we are calling this method and passing this student class here, created this object and passing this student, and we will have the result. So now we will check verify the asset dot dat. This asset dot dat is basically verify whatever we are doing are matching or not. So it is just to verify. So result, right? This is our result. Now this result should be is instance of redirect to action result, right? Redirect to action. So we are having the returning here, if you can say redirect to action, right? So we are just checking this, whatever it is returning the I action result, right? So I action result is redirect to action result or not, right? So here we are just verifying, right? Assert that result is instance of redirect to action result. So it should be redirect to action result, right? So if it is matched, it is verify. Then we are creating another variable redirect result, and then we will cast it, right? Once it is verified, then we should cast it, otherwise it will give you some error, right? So redirect to action result, it match, right? It is instance of redirect to action result, this instance. So we will cast this one, right? Convert this to the redirect to action result, this redirect result. Now we will again check it is equal to index, because we are passing index, right? So assert dot r equal index and a redirect result to action name, right? Our action name is what? This one, redirect action, and action name is index. So we'll verify this redirect to action result name is index or not. So that is what we are just verifying. Assert dot equal index is equal to redirect result, this one, right? Dot action name, right? This action name is index or not. If it is index, then we will you know move forward, and again what we'll do is we'll create another variable view result. Then we will call controller dot index method again, right, as view result. We are what we are doing is, because it is same, we understood this is the index, right? So we will call this method again controller dot index as view result, right? We will cast it because we know this is the view result. So we will cast this one view result. Now assert is not null, right? We'll check it is not null, right? View result is not null. Now where model view result model, this one view result model dot model. So we'll see as a list of students, right? So we'll convert. So we have already checked in the before, so you can again check the similar one we have done here, right? So we can do that, or we can directly cast. So we are casting it list of student all the model, and then we'll see assert is not null, again model is not null, right? When we cast this one as model, and models will check model is not null. If model is not null, then we'll again verify model contain dot item student. Understood what we have done? First of all, we have added over here, you know it is internal list, right? In internal list we are adding this new student here, right? And checking, right, it is the action result, and the action result name, result name is index, right? And then we have already added. Now what we are doing, we are again calling the index method, right? And then we index method, we are calling the list of students as a model. So whatever list of students we have in the model, we are getting it, and then we'll checking it is null or not. If it is not null, then we are checking inside the model, can we do we have this students, we have added this one, this student, right? We are adding. So same student we are checking in the above list this student is exist or not. If this student is exist, then it will be pass, right? If the student is not exist, then it will not pass. Correct? Understood? So these two test cases we have added. Correct? So what we'll do is, understood. If somebody you still need more clarification, please comment. I will definitely guide you and give you more insight of this code, right? uh, we have understood. Now we will push these changes into the GitHub and see, right? So how we can push this code? We already, let's save it again, save all. Okay, now if you want to test it, let's test it here. We are in the SMS web test. You can test here also on .NET test. Now you can see passed, two passed, no fail, right? Zero. So let's move to the top folder, cd dot dot the project 6, right, where we have two project, SMS web and SMS test. Let's run .NET build. It will build all your project, both the project now, right? Build already succeeded, will succeeded for both SMS web and SMS web dot test, right? Now let's break this test. It is already succeeded. Let's say I'm giving this one is 4. Okay, now in the list there is no 4, right? Let's say .NET test. See the total of one test file. Okay, you can see the total one matched specific pattern, field index with list of students, error message expected 4. So we expected 4 but was 3, but the result is 3, but we are expecting 4. That is the failed of this test case, right? So you can see one test case is failed, one test case is pass. So make it 3 and or make it 4 for now, and let's push into the GitHub. So let's see in the GitHub. In the GitHub, if you see in the feature and unit test, only this one, right? If you can refresh, still we have web app, Jenkins file and solution file, right? So we can see no changes is here. Let's move to this and go to the source control. Here you can see a lot of files to commit. Give some commit, adding unit test project. Okay, and commit. We are committing on, we have to check feature and unit test. Okay, the same. If you are selecting main, then it will move to the main branch, right? So you need to make sure it is in feature and unit test branch. And now you can go and sync will just push your code to to the GitHub, right? Or you can click here and say push, right? When you are pushing this, it will ask for the authentication if it is not there. Now you can see we have already discussed in my previous video how we can give the credentials, right? So I have already given, so I can choose one of the account, or you can add a new account if you don't have listed here, right? So I just click here and continue. Now you can see all these changes will be moved to my um, GitHub. Yeah, it means we have already pushed our code to GitHub. Let's verify. Not here. Let's refresh this. Yeah, we can see this SMS web test project is here, correct? And this is in feature anyway. If you change to main, in the main, okay, in the main we don't have this one, right? So that is why in the main we don't have anything, right? But in the feature and unit test launch we have this one, right? So we have the code ready. Now let's move to the Jenkins and make the changes, right? So in the Jenkins, as we already discussed, we will modify the existing one. If you want, we can create or clone the same one. And if you do not want to touch this one, right? So you can create clone the one this one, and then you can make changes. If you anybody wants, then definitely comment me, right? So last time we used this one, right? SMS web, SMS web, and go to configuration. I'm just making the same, and also I will create a new video on multi branching, right? So we will skip this kind of configuration for Jenkins. We need not to change anything. It will create a new pipeline for the new branch, right? So we don't need to change anything here. Everything will be same, right? What we need to change is we need to change only in the main section. This is calling the main branch, right? So we will say feature and unit. That's it, nothing else, right? So we need to check the name, feature hyphen and unit test. Okay, feature and unit test. Okay, this is the feature launch we have. That's it, no change. Jenkins file, no change, right? Just save. That's it. So now we have made our required changes in the pipeline. So let's click on build now. Okay, started. Click on here and then console output. It says Fatal could not find remote head feature and unit. Oh, I guess the name is different. Let's go to the application configure. It is my mistake. Let's it is feature and unit. Let's verify it again. feature hyphen and unit test and unit test. Okay, now looks good. And build now. Okay, now started. Go to console output. Yeah, it is now get started. Now the build is done. Let's see. So you can see this is just downloading. It is just fetching. Now from here .NET restore, where it is pulling all the packages, required packages. Then .NET build, this is just building both of the application. We can see this is the SMS web app.test and SMS web test and SMS web, right? Both the application SMS web.cs project. This both is done. Build is succeeded. Now .NET test, where test run here and starting test execution, please wait. Now total one test file match the specific pattern. Okay, failed index return a view result with a list of students. Error message, the expected 4 but was 3, right? I have mentioned 4, right? But it was 3 because in the list there are only 3 students are there. It means the failed is 1, passed is 1. So it should not move to execute the next stage, right? Now the stage publish skipped due to earlier failure. So this publish stage is skipped and the overall is failed. This pipeline is failed now, right? So go to this one. Now you can see this is failed. Now let's how we can pass. Let's go to the code, Visual Studio Code, and make it 3. Okay, and save. Now the total number of student will be 3, right? Now commit add modified test project with 3 students. Commit. Now sync. Okay, now it is asking for the authentication. I'm choosing one of my account and continue. Now they come moved. Let's verify the changes is there in GitHub. Click on GitHub. Uh, Click on the test project and this one SMS web app and unit test, and see now the assert.r equal 3, right? Now let's move to the Jenkins and run it again. Build now. Click here, console output. Now you can see all the application is built successfully, and now the test cases we run again with the changes. Now you can see the test cases, starting test execution, please wait. A total one test file matches the specific pattern. Passed, fail, fail 0, passed 2, skip 0, total 2, duration this. So it means all the test cases get passed, right? So this way our whole now the build and publish is successful. So the whole pipeline is successful. So it deploy our code to this place, right? C program data Jenkins dot Jenkins slash workspace SMS web app slash publish. This folder, this whole application get deployed, right? So, so this demo is end. We have done everything. So please ask question, any questions, right? If you have in your mind, ask question, will help you or will guide you to get it done. So let's move to the slides now. So we are done with the demo. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions, anything related to DevOps, AI, ML, cloud, or any programming language, .NET, Python, Node.js, React.js, right? So I'll definitely try to help you. So this will end to our video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment if you have any question, query, and doubt. Thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.